So, day one, washed the vehicles. Oh my gosh. Driving through the rain, cleaned them up some, but they definitely needed to be washed. Now we're gonna unload the brown turd. I guess Chris and Dad are gonna get some pictures of it or something, see if they can get this thing posted for sale down here on some of his lowrider pages or something. Just out here polishing the turd. But it's crazy.
Don't tell us you can't.
You can, in fact, polish a turd. You can see it, but the difference between where he's
a rag right there,
where he's waxed and where he hasn't. So this hasn't been done. The other part has. It's pretty wild. Look at that. Oh yeah.
We are in the little Honda car and following Andy in that Tundra. We were able to go through on the Sun Pass. He had to pay a toll, and so we are just going over the Sky Bridge, coming up on it. It's a cloudy day, but it's supposed to be in the 70s, so. Ride at night with everything lit up.
can you get this skyline on there?
Oh yeah, I can do that. Maybe. There is a boat out there somewhere. I see it. So we're in a, Dad and I are in a little Honda car, and oh well, anything to be together is the best.
Oh, it's kind of a nice, calm, quiet day down here because the sun isn't burning hot. Clearwater Beach. It says the water temperature is like 66. And Matthew wanted to come down and ride the down the Big Shark slide. So him and Chris are going to go for a ride down the Big Shark slide here in just a minute. What are you doing?
Let's go have fun.
Pretty cool little camper bus. You can tell it's imported because RV doors are never on the street side. They're always on the other side. Kind of cool little buggy. Another trip to Florida. Another project for my brother. Rolling his Impala up into Howie's shop today. Gonna swap the rear differential out. So we got the Impala up on the shelf for rack here, and we're working on swapping out the rear diff, which means we gotta unbolt the axle bolt flanges on both sides, get the drive shaft off, and take the bolts out of the front here. It's actually a Toyota 7.5-inch Tacoma rear end that he's using. That narrows it up a little bit, allows him to tuck his reverse offset wire wheels up under the fender well. So stuff I'm familiar with. And just like that, we're back on the road. So man, jobs go a lot nicer when you're working on a hoist. Yeah, so a huge shout out to Howie for letting us use his hoist, and his shop there is good. Good to see him, good to visit with him. He's a great dude, man, and super helpful, taking care of stuff when I can't help my brother out. He's the one that does. So we got the rear diff swap. Man, working on stuff that isn't all rusty and stuff, that's pretty neat too. I could definitely get used to that. However, I mean, it's like kind of sunny and hot, and I'm already over it. It ain't even hit 80 yet. So, but we are driving a convertible in November, so that's neat. This is why you come to Florida. Sunshine, cruising in the convertible. It's a good day. So, got back from working on my brother's Impala just in time to see if we could help Whitney out, because she what did you do, dear? What happened?
I fell.
You fell.
Yep. I wish I could say it was an honorable fall. Like I did something really cool and epic and I fell. But I tried to sit in a chair and it dumped me backwards. And I tried to catch myself, or whatever, natural reaction. And I put my wrist down, and now I have this lovely area where it's swelled up really bad and it hurts really bad. So now I have to go get an x-ray on my vacation.
Turn right onto Summerfield Boulevard.
Yeah. So we're headed to the emergency room. Lucky us. Wouldn't be a Hannah vacation without some excitement, right? I mean, we got to add a little excitement to the
In
mix.
1 mile, turn right onto US 301 North.
So, after sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting and waiting, I finally looked at Whitney, and they said what?
I have to go somewhere else because the x-ray tech isn't here today.
So sitting and waiting for 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours, and then they're like, oh yeah, you got to drive a half hour over there, and then you can get x-rays. Okay, so now she's got x-rays taken, and the story is they will call us with the results. So back to my brother's house, I guess. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I guess that's it for now.
You said I don't have to sit there anymore.
No more sitting and waiting. Cross your fingers, say a prayer. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Thanks. So just when you think you got something fixed, takes it for a ride, and now random times when you're shifting the shifter, it keeps trying to trigger the starter. And the ignition switch isn't even in the steering column. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Old cars are starting to frustrate me. I don't work on old stuff. This one started adjusting the carburetor and found that because of its age, some of this stuff is so deteriorated. The valve that goes inside the intake here, the air cleaner assembly, is leaking air. It's sucking air through and causing it to have a big vacuum leak. So then it doesn't want to run right, and it keeps sputtering and backfiring and stuff. So Dad went to get a vacuum cap so we can cap that off, and we'll keep playing here and see if we can make any headway on this one. So much for vacation from working on cars, huh? You count.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oops, I crashed. My fingers aren't long enough on the controller. I can't like steer it and pull the gas at the same time. Barely, just barely. Whoa! Papa and Matthew are playing Demolition Derby with the RC cars. I think Matthew's playing Demolition Derby and Papa's just trying to drive.
What is doing this carpet? This is the
The
go.
line, okay. Ready, set, go.
Reset, go.
Oh yeah, you say go and you're already going.
Yeah, he's a Florida driver.
Yeah. So, thankfully, Whitney did get a call back, and the wrist is not broken, but sprained really bad. I don't know, ruptured a blood vessel in there or something. So she's got to wear a wrist brace, but could have been way worse, right? So hallelujah, thank God. And we worked on the Impala for a while last night and stripped out a ton of aftermarket wiring. Somebody had added an aftermarket stereo, an amplifier, and a bunch of speakers, and aftermarket air conditioning, which didn't work and stunk real bad, and just a ton of trash wiring that was in there. So we cleaned all that out and actually figured out the problem, which is the neutral safety switch that's mounted on the steering column. When you move the shifter, it triggers. Well, it was broken, and it was allowing what should be a slide to rotate inside of itself, which was triggering the start. So we're going to have to get one of those ordered up and get that swapped out. But it's Thanksgiving Day. And so today we're just thankful to be here.